Tea Party and Kentucky Derby season will be upon us before you know it. Join me as I design a very special Tea Party hat for a very special follower.
Hey guys, Susie Lee with Bellalina Boutique. I'm going to be doing a sweet Tea Party hat for Miss Darlene. She is a sweet follower who bought some of my hats at my a couple of auctions ago, and then I made one for her. Gosh, I made a hat for her. Gosh, it's been a lot of months, but she wants me to make one for her daughter who's going to partake in the tea party. So glad you're all here and accounted for. Well, here is the hat of the day. I have got some bubble wrap in it because I want it to look like a head in it. I want it to look like somebody's head in it. And since I didn't have anybody here, anyway, this hat, Darlene, I took the hat that had polka dots on it and I made it all black. I had two choices. I could have taken my seam ripper and taken 2 hours to take all these itty bitty little stitches out and taken this little ribbon off because it's sewn on. Or I could take my Fusion Mineral Paint, which is flexible. It's great on fabric. So I just painted it because we're going to cover this with a wider, a thicker band, and it was showing the polka dots through. So I did not want that for this piece. So I've got this. I've got black and white. I'm going to show you the elements and tell me do. Romper, bumper, stomper, boo. If there's an element that you do not like, stop me and I will reverse and we will do something different. Okay, so let me show you what I got. I have white lace. That what I want to do here is I want to put it around the top of the hat. I'm going to put it on the top. This will go, of course, very nicely around it. This is a stretchy white lace, and so we're going to have that, and then it'll be all trimmed up, right? I have, let me show you, this is tooling from Hobby Lobby, and it is the same color as the flower that I'm going to use. So, okay, I want to show you the peony I have here. I have one of these peonies. I think I might have put it on one of those hats that I did for you. This beautiful peony. Look at how these match, these colors. It's like a dusty rose. Okay, we're going to do that. And I also have, now I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I also have this beautiful Totally Dazzled piece. We could put this somewhere in the mix. I think it would be really pretty if I crisscrossed the band and maybe put, I was thinking make this several layers of it and bring it around as well and add the peony. And I have some lamb's ear I may or may not use. I don't know yet. If you don't like it, we won't use it. I have a little teeny tiny bit of this. It's kind of an ecru or tan. It kind of goes with the peony, I think. Baby's breath. And I also have these that I pulled, that I've had these for a while. And I also have these. These are like a silvery pearl. Loving it so far. This is like a silvery pearl, and it kind of goes with the peony and this color, this tooling. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to incorporate it all, but I'm going to incorporate it somehow. So if you're good with what you see so far, I will go ahead and get started. The first thing I needed to do was get rid of the polka dots. So I did that. Then I cut this lace. This is like a stretchy lace. And I make the babies turban hats from this. This lace is nice, got a nice stretch to it. See? And you can get it in cream and you can get it in white. And you can only get it at Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this side with my hot glue. And it doesn't matter if it goes all the way down because this band is going to cover most of it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, and then I'm going to start trimming. Let me get my good scissor here. I'm going to trim it up with my good scissor here. So all I'm going to start doing here is I'm going to start putting a lip, well, we're starting off really well, right, tonight. Oh my word. This little doodad comes off occasionally, and I don't know why, but it did. All right, I'm gonna have to refill it in a minute anyway. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little tiny bead of hot glue around this and attach. Okay, got one side on. Make sure it doesn't pop off while I'm stretching it to the other side, because this side's a little bit shorter than these other two sides. So I like to do it this way. When I upholster something, this is how I do it. I go one side and then the other and the other and the other until, especially if it's round, until I get it. Hot glue is your friend. I've been saying that for years. I should put that on a t-shirt. No kidding. I'm going to kind of round this up a little bit because I don't want it poking out from underneath. I almost want it to be shorter. I almost want it to be a little bit shorter, so when I put this on, it's not gonna poke out from underneath that hat band, right?
Okay, so speeding this up a bit, I'm just going to continue trimming around the edge of that lace to fit better around the top of the hat and continue gluing it all around the edge.
So, all right, so this is a wired ribbon, Robert Stanley from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to cut it longish because I'm going to crisscross them in the back. And cover up all the ugly. You're not going to see any of that. I'm going to cut it off and then I'm going to cover it up. How pretty. I love this black and white stripe. I think it's really pretty. Cut off just a little bit more of this lace along the bottom. That way I won't have to drag the ribbon down so far. I should have only gone about there, but woulda, shoulda, coulda. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'll be able to just position it. Okay. I almost want to take the, I think I am. I'm going to take the wire out. Let me tell you why. Because with wire, it has a mind of its own, and it lays flatter if you take the wire out. You know, you have wired ribbons so that when you're making a wreath or something like that, you can stand it up and the bow will stand up. But in this instance, we want it to lie flat. So you're going to take out the wire because it'll be better that way. Okay, there we go. Now hopefully it's going to lie down nicely. Okay, turn it this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the front by putting some hot glue right along the bottom. I'm going to take this ribbon, making sure that it's got enough coverage. Along the brim of the hat. Boy, it's loud, isn't it? And I'm kind of stretching it taut so that it'll lay nice and flat for me. Come on this side, do the same thing. Go around this side. I might have to add a little dot of hot glue in the center to make it the lip lay down so it doesn't flip up on me. I can't see it, it's black on black. There we go. I'll have to make that lay down with some hot glue on the front, because when you pull it tight, it flips up. Okay. I think I'm going to put, because if it crisscrosses, it's going to, the whole thing's going to flip up back here, and I don't want that. So what I might do is make a bow back here, have it kind of come down. Like that in the back. And just let those hang there. So there'll be 4 streamers hanging down. Okay, let me see if I can make this lay down flat. Too much going on up here. Yeah, that helped. I'm not going to the edge because I don't want it to ooze out onto the black hat fabric. Make it lay down. Hi, Rena. You're not late. You're fashionably late. Isn't that what they say? Fashionably late. I'm always fashionably late at everything I do. My dad used to say, if there's a garage sale around, Susie's not going to be on time. You know that. That was before the internet and thrift stores. I was a garage sailor. I furnished my first 2 homes with garage sale stuff. True story. Okay. All right. Got it to lay down. Now, see, it didn't crisscross in the back, but if I put a pretty bow there, we'll have 4 streamers coming down, which what I need to do here is seal the edges of this ribbon here nicely. Okay. But we can always resolve any issues. All right, what I'm going to do here, I think I'm going to put the flower with some tooling in the back so that when the hat is worn, it will be hanging down the back here. It'll be like a drape, a veil, if you will. I think I am going to do that, and I will poke some of these little doodads out the back as well. So all the pretty is going to be back here. We're going to make it pretty. Okay. Do I want the leaves? Do we want the leaves on here, or should I put lamb's ear? I think lamb's ear is softer, and they look prettier. So I think I'm going to scoot these off, if and I can. Yep, they're scootable. Come on. This one's glued down here. It ain't going anywhere. Oh, and by the way, somebody asked me the other day, what was the most favorite thing that my daughter had for her wedding that I made her, and I said I guess it would maybe be her belt because that kind of saved the day. Strangely enough, she texted me, it was late last night, and she had a picture of her bouquet, and she said, I think this was my favorite thing that you made me, which made me really feel good because you know, I mean, I struggled with her vision of what what she wanted, what was in her mind's eye. And so that made me feel really good. She said, I think this is my favorite thing. It's so beautiful. And this reminded me of it because she had peonies and all kind of fun things in there. So to the person that asked me that, that is what she said. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke these in first, these little lambs here. Now I'm going to put the bow on. Just going to cut a little length of ribbon back here. How do I want to do it? Do I want to do it like that? Or that would be pretty. Hear my wheels turning? They're turning and churning. Okay. Yep. Did I scare you when I said yep? Now, twine doesn't typically go with lace and stuff like that. So I'm not using it for aesthetics. I'm using it because it's strong and it works well. I want a big bow like that. Yes, I do. Also want this behind it. Lots of layers of that. Gotta go on there. So I'll get to that part in a minute. So what I'm doing basically is I'm just going to make a little scrunched up bow here, I think. A big scrunched up bow. And I like tying it with twine because it holds well. See? It holds wherever you put it. And that's going to get covered up so you won't see the twine. Making sure it's in the middle. Nice centered, fluffed out bow. It's holding its own. Because it's almost, this ribbon is almost, it's got a great quality. The Robert Stanley ribbon, it's almost got a grosgrain feel to it. It's got some body to it, so I like that. Back here, all of these tails are gonna, oh, you know what? It does, this one does have the wire still in it. Hello, I didn't take it out of this one. Oh, Susie. You can't make bows for the life of you, really? Well, it took me a little bit of learning. But eventually I got it. I used to work with a home designer who lived across the street from me, and he used to take us every year to decorate Christmas trees and in these big mansions, and you know, he had a business and he used to do that. And I learned from him. I watched him and I learned. So it was kind of fun. Okay. I'm gonna put this, I think, around because it's sheer. Yeah, like that. This is gonna look like a derby hat. It's gonna look like Kentucky Derby-ish. But I'm gonna do a couple layers, I think, so that it will go down beyond the back. There we go. I like that. What you think of that? I'd have to pin it down there. Let me just see what that will look like back here. Do its own. That's cute. Okay, I'm going to kind of twist it a little bit to get it started in the front. Here, I'm going to tack it. Tack it down. Turn it this way. Right here in the front. I'm going to tack it right on that ribbon. I'm going to tack it in 3 spots. And I'm going to let it just flow and do what tooling does. Once it dries. My fair lady. Yes! Move your blooming. Gosh, that's funny. Trees. Leave it to you, girl. Leave it to you. You are too funny. You make me laugh. Girl, you're a stitch. That's what you are. Okay. Okay, I gotta turn this part loose. It's just it's a loop, and we don't want a loop. We want a tail. Yeah. Just like that. All right. Oh yeah. A little tail. But I want it to be kind of loose, you know, kind of what's the word? Poofy. As it comes around the hat. Yeah. Poofy. That's the word. So I'm gonna connect it back here. All right, scissor. Start with me. Don't start with me, scissor. Yeah, that's cute. Poofy. Just layering it up. Twist it back here so that it will remain poofed on this side. Boy, I'm coughing up a lung over here tonight. For whatever reason. Okay. All right. Oh, yes. We put that bow on there. It's really chic. Okay, I'm gonna make that bow fray-free. You know, I did not take out the wire on this one. That one, and that's okay because I want this bow to kind of stand up. So that's good. I'm just sealing the deal here on a little piece of that wire. I'm sealing the deal back here. This is going to crisscross here. Back here, lay nice and flat. When I put this bow on it, it really makes it pop. It's pretty. Where's my glue? And hold. we're gonna jazz it all up to the nines for our sweet Darlene's daughter. I think it's awesome that she's having these hats made for her sweet grandkids. She's gonna plan some tea parties with them, and I think that is so special. You know, you don't hear a lot of grandparents doing stuff like that with their kids anymore, you know? That's very sweet. I love that. You gotta let it meld for a minute and set up. Look at how pretty it is back here, y'all. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I think it's so cute. I don't know. Almost thinking about putting the peony in the front and the bow in the back. If I put the peony in the front and the bow in the back, what say you to that, Darlene? What do you say if we put the peony here with some lamb's ear? Kind of looks like it needs to go there, right where I put that little dab of glue to hold the tooling. I just think that's really pretty. I also have lace. I don't know if this lends itself to the lace to go around the brim, but I do have some white lace like this that can go around the brim. Up to you. I don't know if once I get everything all put together, you can tell me if you still want the lace around the brim. But anyway, what do you say to this? Ta-da! Like that. And then I can put some of these pieces sticking out back here. Like, just nip them and put some of these pieces back here. I could even put a couple in front here, some smaller ones in the front. Do you like that? Okay, so that's what I will do then, my dear. I will go ahead and hot glue the lamb's ear on right where I had it. This is a 3-4 for the lamb's ear. Okay. Yep, that'll be pretty. Typically, I would take that little plastic part off the back, but I'm not because I'm afraid that's what holds this peony together. And I don't want that to come off. And you can open it as big as you want. Play with it open, or you can keep it closed tightly, however you like. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of these as well, just a couple little pinches of the baby's breath. Just take a little bit, make it pretty. Because the more the merrier, right? As soon as you hit this with the hot glue, though, that's why I turn the hot glue down, because it don't want that on the black, that hot glue. Just gonna kind of place it down in there. Yes. And then it spreads out on its own. Then it does its own thing. You put the hot glue on the plastic, sometimes it's so hot it melts it. But this is 60 watts, so it's not too hot. Not too bad. Just push it down in there. And then it turns itself loose. And spreads. It spreads the love all on its own. There we go. Oh, I love that. That is so cool. You know, it was a big thing in the 80s. People were wearing hats, and they were, you know, it was a big deal. But not so much anymore. Kentucky Derby, and I think the royal wedding, when Megan, what's her name? Was it Megan? Megan, what's her name? And the prince got married. I think that the royal weddings, they kind of stir that up again because, you know, they wear those big old hats and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, what we're gonna do with this, I think, is we're gonna poke some of these pearly, pretty little pieces that I've had forever. Down behind that peony. And here's the thing. I'm probably going to have to make that shorter too. Just kind of let them. Yeah. I will put them together and then let them do exactly what the flowers do. They just kind of separate all on their own. You just poke them down in, and then they just kind of flap to the side, and they do their own little thing. Get them in there. Yep. And then they just kind of take on a life of their own. See, like that. I'm going to turn that light down ever so slightly. It's a little brightish. There we go. So you can see the pearls? There we go. It's prettier in person, I think, than it is on the screen. Yes. Like little trees, aren't they? Little pearl, glittery pearl trees. I've had these in my stash for a long time. I remember buying them when they were clearancing them up, like at Joann's or somewhere, and I snagged them. So these are just too pretty to let go. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Do you ever do that? Just buy something just because it's gorgeous? You don't have any idea what you're going to do with it, but hey. You know it'll be something special, right? And here we are making something special for Darlene, for her daughter. All right. I love that. I think all of these little elements to come together, you know. I once heard a designer say, if you like something, you should get it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to put it all, it's all going to work together in your home. And I think when you're designing something, the same rule applies. I think if you just bring together a bunch of things that that appeal to your eye, I think eventually as you're doing it, it'll kind of tell you, where it wants to go. I just dropped one. Oh, come here. And I think it'll work. It just works for you. I don't know how, but it does. If I cut these down enough on this side, I should have poked them in first. We will find out, won't we? Poke them in and turn them loose. Yes, they're pretty. Okay, turn it around and let you see that. What say you? I don't know if you can see them that well, but they are awfully pretty. I actually think, go down even a little bit further. There we go. There, now you can kind of see a little bit better what they look like. And what this side looks like. I'll have to get all the hot glue strings out off in the morning light when I can see better, but you can kind of see how it looks back here. I like that look back here, and I think, do we want to put this Totally Dazzled bow on there? You tell me. If you don't want it, I won't put it on there, but if you like it, I've got two bows, actually. I've got this one, or I've got another one here from Miss Linda from Circle Heart Creations. This is part of her bling pack. This is a beautiful, and it's got a little dangly pearl, and it kind of lends itself because it's lacy. I could just pin this on to the back of it. I wouldn't even have to glue it. It's a pin, okay? I kind of like that because it has a little bit of a pearl to it. Let me just lay it in there and let me show you what that looks like. I just kind of lay it in the middle. But I'd have to, flatten out the bow a little bit to get it in there, but you can kind of see. And it's got this little, I could put it up higher on the hat and let the pearl dangle. Is that too much? Probably. Probably would have to go on the bow. What do you say, Darlene? Should I put the little, you tell me which one you like. You like the big one in the middle there, like that? It will flatten the bow slightly because it'll be, attached there in the middle. But we'll refluff it. You like the pearl one. I do too. I think it's pretty. You want it in the middle right here? Let me pin it on. We can move it about if we have to, right? This is a Linda from Circle Heart Creations. My friend Linda collaborated with Totally Dazzled, and like I did with my pack. And I love this piece. This is one of hers, and it is just perfect. Oh yeah, that little dangly pearl is so pretty. You can still fluff that bow up a little bit. Right there in the middle. I love it. I think it's perfect. I think it is a perfect piece for this. Look at this. What do y'all say? Isn't that gorgeous? That little dangly pearl in the back. It's very lacy, and I think it lends itself to the lace and all the frills and all that. Now, here's my question. Last question of the night. Do you like it like this? When she puts it on, this will go down like this, okay? This will be kind of flipped up like this, like that. It will be worn like that. Lots going on here already, but if you want me to put, because you mentioned lace like the other one, I do have this. Okay, what I can do, it's a double layer of lace. I can go around the brim of the hat if you want me to, underneath, and add it. It would be cute. It would be really pretty, I think. Might be a little bit too much. For some people might say, oh, that's too much. A little too much, Susie. Or you might love it. We'll go underneath. What do you think, Darlene? Did you give me an answer that I didn't see? You love it? Do you love it like it is, or do you want the lace on it? You tell me. Yes, add it. It will be beautiful for the tea party. You got it, sister.
Alrighty then, we're going to speed this up, adding the double layered lace all around the perimeter of the hat brim. I loved working with Darlene to make this the perfect hat for her tea party with her girls.
turn this side loose. The tails. Okay. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. It is pretty. I love it. I hope you do too. It's so pretty. Look at that. That's a lot of lace, y'all. That's a lot of lace. How pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me try to bring it up to where you can see. And I was going to put some of those pearls sticking out the back, but I don't think I'm going to, because I don't think it'll look as good with the bow as it does with the peony. It looks prettier because there's nothing really that color back here. I think that that it lends itself more to the peony in the front. So I'm going to leave that be. I think I like it on second thought. And that little brooch is pinned on. If for whatever reason you ever want to use you need a brooch or you need it for something, you can always unpin it and use it elsewhere. So there's that. Okay. So there we go. There is our beautiful Tea Party hat for Miss Darlene Lee. No relation to us. Just her last name is Lee. I think it's gorgeous. I hope that your daughter wears it in good health, and I hope you guys have an absolute blast when you have your tea party. How sweet. Don't forget, tell her to wear it with just kind of down over her eyes, you know, very demure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Darlene. I will get this invoice to you and packaged up so you can have your tea party. And I cannot wait to see all the photos that you take. It's going to be lots of fun, I'm sure. You're a fun lady.